crazy berserker.
So as usual, I'm going to start off by hiding my eyebrows using a glue stick, and you want to get them as flat and as smooth as possible. And then I'm taking the Kryolan Supracolor in white, which is like a cream paint, and I'm simply going to take a beauty blender and just apply this all over my face. Next, you want to grab the Jumbo pencil in milk and laugh your fucking ass off at your own jokes in your bedroom by yourself. Then apply this to your eyelids. I'm using the NYX Jumbo pencil in milk on my eyelids area because it has a thicker consistency, which is great for applying eyeshadow on later on. Then grabbing the NYX SFX setting powder or whatever powder you want to set that. So I'm going to begin by creating the eyebrows. Now all the products will be listed in the description box below, but what I'm using at the moment is the NYX SFX cream colours in blue, and I'm just grabbing a small brush and I'm starting to really lightly sketch out the shape of the brows. I'm creating the shape so that they're quite angry looking and really arched and exaggerated, and they begin where my natural brow begins. So you just want to slowly build your way up and keep adding more and more and build up the meat on the bones. Next, I'm taking the NYX Ultimate Brights eyeshadow palette or whatever eyeshadow you have, and I'm just grabbing the pale blue and I'm going to start lightly contouring my nose. I'm beginning the contour where my eyebrow begins and I'm just lightly taking this down. And before getting any more further and detailed on the nose, I then moved on to my eyelid and I grabbed a angled brush and some black eyeshadow, and I'm starting to lightly create a cut crease. I'm then starting to add quite a lot of black, focusing on the inner parts of my eye or near where my eyebrow begins. And I'm starting to create this sort of like a curved shape, and I'm kind of just filling it all in black. Once I was happy with the shape, I then grabbed some pink and a really small brush and I've started to pack on some pink. And for the other side, I've then grabbed some blue and I've done the same thing. So then I've grabbed a bigger brush and some blue and I've created some shadow on the side of my forehead and also the side of my cheek as well. I know this tutorial is a little bit all over the place, but I do like to work in really random orders. Next, I'm grabbing a more turquoisey blue and I'm just packing this onto my eyelid. Next, taking the NYX Epic ink liner or whatever eyeliner you have, I've started to create a inner corner wing, and then I'm also going to start creating a wing as well. And then before getting any further with the eyeliner, I grabbed an angled brush and I started adding some blue underneath my eye. And then eventually I grabbed the eyeliner again and I started to join it all up. So as you can see, I'm creating a wing and I'm just intensifying the black lines. Taking some black eyeshadow, I'm just applying this on the end of my brow, so I'm creating a blue to a black gradient, and you want to use your brushes to softly blend that. And then you want to repeat the same steps on the other side. So taking an angled brush and mapping out the cut crease, applying colour onto the eyelid, grabbing an angled brush and applying blue underneath your eye, using an eyeliner to sharpen up the lines, create a cat eye, a wing, and join it all up. Then apply the pink and the blue above that, and you will have some alien eyes. Moving on to the cheeks, so I'm going to be grabbing the same eyeshadows and I'm starting off with a pale blue and I'm just creating this shape that kind of goes from the top of my ear to the tip of my lips. And I'm literally just using small, tiny circular motions and backwards and forwards motions, and I'm starting to really fan and diffuse out the colour. And once you're happy with that, you can then start building up with different hues and blues and even hints of purples. So you want the blue to be more intense as it goes in the centre of the line and more opaque and diffused as it goes out. Take your time with this and build it up very slowly. Apply only a very small amount of product each time. It's very easy to accidentally pack on too much and realise you've overdone it. So as you can see, it's sped up here. You can see exactly how it's built up. I'm using different sized brushes to achieve the look that I want. And of course, you want to get this exactly the same on the other side. Next, I'm going to do basically the same steps, but instead I'm adding a hint of black, and I'm just going to apply this on my chin areas. And I'm sort of creating this interesting shape that joins onto the lines I created earlier. Moving on, so I'm going to take some red face paint and I'm using the Bennye for this. I'm starting to create some triangles underneath my eyes. Very simple, it's literally just 2 triangles. And then you want to do exactly the same on your forehead, but a bigger version and flipped. So as you can see, I've already taken some black as well, and I've added tiny little triangles on the sides and a circle on my forehead. Moving on to the body now, so I'm going to take the same Kryolan Supracolor and I'm just creating this triangle on the centre of my chest and neck area. So just very simply creating a basic shape. And then taking some pink, I'm then just creating a circle at the bottom of the triangle. Then taking some white, I'm just drawing some lines coming out of the circle towards my shoulders. And then taking some blue, and then I'm just going to fill in the rest of the shapes. I'm not worrying about any details or anything like that just yet, that's all going to come later. I'm just worrying about the very basic shape and colours. Next, I'm taking a white face paint and I'm just going to apply this more on the central areas of the blue areas. I'm just kind of placing it on, and then I'm just going to take the brush and just start really blending it out all together and just making the smooth transition from a white to a blue. You just want to keep messing around with the wetness of the brush and the paints and just use backwards and forwards motions until you get the desired blend. Once you've got a nice smooth blend, I'm just going in with some black eyeshadow and I'm just lining underneath the neck corset, I guess you could call it. And this is just going to create the illusion that it's really sat on your body and that there's like shadow underneath it. So just taking an eyeshadow brush, I'm just gently applying this. You want the black to be more intense as it goes towards the edge and to fade out as it goes away. This is going to also create some realism. I'm then taking a black and I'm just lining the outer edges of the blues, and then similar to what I did underneath the corset, you kind of want to do here as well, which is just kind of blend out the black. This is going to create some depth and just bring the piece more to life. You then want to do exactly the same thing on the centre of your neck thingy in the white area. Feel free to go in with a beauty blender or anything else to get a nice smooth transition. And then once you're happy with that, I'm then going in with a fine brush and some black, and I'm just creating some horizontal lines across the central area. Taking the same brush, I'm then just applying this on the white areas, and I'm sort of blending out the lines that I created, and this is just going to create a more dirty looking feel to the white, and it's not too clean and clinical. And again, this is just going to create kind of like a metallic texture almost, making it a bit more realistic. Moving back onto the circle in the middle, I'm just grabbing a beauty blender and I'm just dabbing on some white. I'm going to basically create a realistic looking sphere in the centre. So you want it to be more white in the central areas, fading out to the purple to then a black. As you can see, I'm literally just applying a small amount of black and I'm just blending it out. Next, I'm going to grab the other end of my brush and I'm just going to dip this in some black, and I'm basically just creating some circles along the lines. This kind of looks like screws or bolts in some metal almost, but like a really cartoon version. For the lips, I'm grabbing the NYX Liquid Suede and then a black as well, and I'm basically doing an ombre blue to a black. So I'm applying the black on the outer edges and I'm kind of blending it inwards. For the final touch-ups, I'm just applying some eyeliner underneath my brows, around my cheekbones and eye area as well. This is just going to make it look more detailed. And that is how you turn into an alien. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you learned from this. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see much more of this kind of content. Also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GothSpectrum. And finally, I will see you next time. Bye!
Crazy berserker, I killed it, it's murder. Go crazy berserker.